Well, I've come for my last go at this fantastic place where I had lots of luck with my magnet fishing, and you can see the river on that there. The only way across is to ford it, so I'm going to have to get my feet wet, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm going to ford the river and give it a good go again and see if we can turn up things. This is my last trip here. I'm not going to do any more to this area. I think I sort of had enough of the same spot really, so quite looking forward to my last session here. We can see on this side of the bank there's a lot of wild garlic and it absolutely reeks. So you smell like a, I don't know, like a highly spiced pizza or something, but just thought I'd point that out. Well, I'm going to start in this area here where I'm going to be working across from behind some debris I couldn't get in between the other day, and see what we can find. Great day for it though. Well, we've come to this part of the river now. The other bit didn't have anything at all, so we'll carry on here and see what happens. Oh, out of breath after putting myself up rocky slopes. Well, first throw in, I got this amazing, I think it might be a bayonet scabbard, dagger scabbard, something like that. Really interesting. I'm very pleased with that. Don't know the date on it at all. But it looks like a good thing. On the other side, it's just a big washer. But you can see that there, look at it. It's got like a bit there and a bit there. And if you look on the back of it, it's got like a bit that would have gone on to something. So very pleased with that find indeed. A good find. Hope you agree. Well, I just pulled up this tapered piece of iron used as a spike, I would say to split wood or something of that nature. Not sure of the age of it, quite heavy, probably weighs about 1.5 kilos. Just the base plate off of an old iron, which was turn of the century iron. You can see there it's quite old, flat, and an axle of some sort as well. So it would have had looks like an axle anyway. So great fun. Anything on the back? Just a piece of tin. Well, just peace and quiet, the odd bird sounds, and magnet fishing. You can't beat this. Just a fairly modern canteen spoon and a spigot out of something or other, and a little twisted piece of rust or metal. So different each time you throw in on this place. It's really good fun. Well, as I was stripping off the magnet, what you can see there actually is an old metal button. Well, the remnants of an old tin can handle there on that side. It's quite interesting. You can see the makeup of how it would have been on there. And on the other side, let's turn it over, just a split bit of pipe by the looks of it. But very interesting. Just one of those interesting old fence marker posts. You see the spigot on the end there, it's flat on the back and ribbed on one side. Quite commonly used in woods for shooting and things like that. We can see I've got a triangular piece of iron there and a piece of the infamous barrel strapping on the back, but it's quite a thick chunk of iron that. Look at that. Oh gosh. We've got this pea-shaped piece of metal here, or snail-shaped. I have no idea of what it is at all, but if you do, please let me know. Well, I've just pulled up this massive chunk of iron here, circular, with a hole through the top. It might have been used as a weight for something, and it weighs about 5 kilos. It's amazingly heavy and about 2.5 feet long. Great big thing. Wasn't expecting that at all. Well, I just pulled up all this on one throw. It's really hefty. 2 bits on the front, 1 hefty bit on the back. Then we'll have a look at that in the roundup and see whether we can throw any light on it. Yeah, another piece of riveted barrel strapping. The river's not giving up that much, but barrel strapping is always there. Well, a big piece of fairly yucky, modern-ish spring steel. Not what I was expecting to find here at all. And a circular piece of steel. Don't know what that's from. It's concave. There's a bit on one side, convex on the other, obviously. Could have been a hubcap for something, or a centre for a hubcap, or protecting agricultural machinery. Don't know. A rather interesting shaped piece of iron. No idea of what it is again, but quite interesting. Just a yucky old piece of pipe on that go. Nothing special at all. Very old spade. Look at the way it's joined together there on the back. It's one sheet of metal bent over and then formed into a spade. So that puts that spade, strangely enough, although it doesn't look like much, it is around about 1850. So a nice find that. Very nice indeed. Would you believe it? Another turn of the century iron with the remnants of a handle on it and the back plate still in place. There you can see the back plate still in place on it. And you know, I never had any of these, and I seem to be turning them up all the time now. So quite an interesting find. So around about 1895 and 1920, in between that period. Still a good find. Well, I just pulled out this. I've absolutely no idea at all. It's a piece of rust with another piece of rust stuck to it and a few other hingy bits, but absolutely no idea whatsoever. Well, it looks like an old fine stone chisel on that side, and on the other side just a piece of rusty piece of tin or whatever. So quite interesting. Well, roundup time. It's starting to rain now. The nice shovel, the lovely scabbard there for the knife, or for a bayonet, something like that. The metal button, the rain plate, fence marker, weird shaped piece of metal there as well. The bottom off of an iron with a spigot on it. The nearly complete iron with the back door on it. The centre of the hubcap, other bits of rusty metal, and this here, which I think might be a blade on a handled effort there for cutting hay. I think might be the top part of that. It's a great big piece of iron here, tapered at the bottom, probably used as a peg or a wood splitter. A horrible random piece of spring steel, but you can see it's been well worth crossing the river for. A really good day. It's now starting to rain, so I think I'm gonna head on back home, clean up, have a shower if I can wade through the river now before getting swept away. So there we are. That's all the finds there. Nearly forgot on my roundup this lovely great big, I think it's an old grandfather clock weight or a clock weight. It's cast and, like I say, weighs about 5 kilos, so mighty thing. If you are watching this video, remember magnet fishing's on the decline. The more you pull out, it's never going to be back in there again, unless you're in a city full of modern stuff. So it is history in our hands at this stage, and we should conserve it and look after it. Are my feelings on it anyway. Well, now wading back over to the other side. Oh, deep bit there and sat something. Shallow. So, that's where I'm headed. As you can see, it's quite a strong pull on the river, so I have to be careful. So, last scan in. Ends my time on the river, I think. Get to the other bank.